When Alexander Bell invented the telephone, he had 3 missed calls from the Chris Top program.
The Chris Top program, the alternative to the garbage on Spreaker.
Hi, I'm Chris Top. First off, I want to thank you for tuning into the Chris Top program. While I try my best to keep the show as rated PG-13 as possible, sometimes things slip out, or sometimes things happen, and that's just the way live radio goes. And because this is the internet, the FCC isn't around to tell me what I can and can't do. So because of the occasional slip-up or the guess that might get out of hand, you really need to be 18 or older to listen. If you happen to be under 18, please make sure you get your parents' permission.
Go! Take it from the top.
Chris Top, the man, the legend, the myth, the lie.
Take it from the top. Go!
Lie number 1.
Everyone on Spreaker knows that Chris Top cheats his play statistics.
Oh yeah, of course I cheat. Not many people know this, but I happen to be the only one on Spreaker with a super secret embedder code. I can put my player on any site that I have access to. No one else has this power. Lie number 2.
Chris Top fakes his ranking.
Oh, well, I use internet cafes, libraries, things like that. I hire homeless people and I force them to watch the show. It's cheap labor.
We all know one thing for sure. No one would ever listen to Chris Top simply because he has a good show.
Oh yeah, I tried that. Doesn't work. Lie number 3.
Chris Top steals followers.
Oh yeah, that's the easiest thing ever. People are only allowed to follow one person at a time on Spreaker. Plus, when other DJs go live, I send out a high-frequency alert that brings other people to my show. It hypnotizes them. Honestly, the Chris Top program sucks. All those people in my live chat, they're my cousins. Portions of the day's programming are reproduced by means of electrical transcriptions or tape recordings.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program.
I am the one and only Chris Top.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program.
Broadcasting live from my lavish studio apartment.
The VCR and the DVD, there wasn't that a black back in 1970. We didn't know about the World Wide Web was a whole different game being played back when I was a kid. Wanna get down in a cool way, picture yourself on a beautiful day. Big bell bottoms and cool long hair, just walking in style with a party full MP3 play. You can listen to the music on the Chris Top program. Chris Top program. You can hear the music on the Chris Top program. Chris Top program.
Chris Top.
Hear the music on the Chris Top program.
This is the Chris Top program.
And I am the one and only Chris Top, broadcasting live from my lavish studio apartment here in sunny Clarksville, Tennessee, with an ocean view. You are in the presence of the greatest dork to ever walk the earth. I hope you know that. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I hope you know that. We're going to talk about how important breakfast is, in case you didn't know. I mean, it's the first meal of the day, and, you know, I don't know if this is true or not, but I've always had this theory, and I think I'm right. What do you think breakfast means? Well, let's break the word down, because you go all night without eating anything, right? So basically, you're fasting while you're sleeping. So when you have breakfast, you're breaking the fast, right? So, I mean, it's pretty important, breakfast is. And that's what our moms always told us. Well, there's a brand new cereal. It's now the breakfast of champions. Sex champions, that is. Leave it up to those crazy Canadians. All right, Peter recently launched Sex Cereal. It's a breakfast cereal that he says will increase your sexual stamina and libido. Sort of like Levitra. I mean, Well, you eat it with a spoon. And you're not going to get an erection in 20 minutes. Why would you want to eat sex cereal like right before you go to work? See, I don't understand that. That's just saying, hey, I'm going to have an affair. I mean, to me, that's what that's saying. You might want to save sex cereal for maybe sex dinner. Well, sometimes you eat like bacon and eggs for dinner, so I mean, it could work. But sex cereal, it comes in 2 gender-specific varieties, both the men and the women's versions. Now, they include pinup models on the box, which is a lot better, I think, than Count Chocula. And this is what Peter said. I wanted to create something sexy and fun in the health food industry because nothing is. He says everything is very serious. You know what they should have called it? And Peter, this is what you should have called it, okay? And this is what I'm thinking. This is, you should have called it Get Lucky Charms. Get it? You see what I did there? Get Lucky Charms. Anyway, Harvard researchers, they've been studying a group of older men, and they've concluded that those who regularly skip breakfast had a 27% higher risk of a heart attack than those who ate in the morning. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do, I'm going to get up first thing in the morning, I'm going to eat some sex cereal, and then I'm going to go back to bed. Now, it's believed skipping breakfast makes you hungrier later in the day, so you're more likely to eat larger meals. And your body then has to work harder to process all those calories in a shorter amount of time. And this, of course, spikes your sugar levels in the blood and perhaps causes clogged arteries, so forth and so on. But don't, whatever you do, don't reach for the pancakes and the bacon too fast. Researchers wouldn't say whether an unhealthy breakfast is better than no breakfast at all. So I'm thinking maybe you can't just get up out of bed and eat a box of Skittles. You may need something halfway healthy to kind of hold you over. Previous studies have suggested that people who eat breakfast tend to have healthier diets overall. So if you want to look like Jean-Claude Van Damme in the 90s, then you should probably eat your breakfast. And speaking of eating, did you know that Oreos could be the leading cause? I mean, forget money problems. Oreos could be the leading cause of divorce, not only in America, but around the world. I mean, there's a frequently quoted statistic. It says that 50% of American marriages end in divorce. But if your spouse opens a package of Oreos and licks all of the filling from each cookie before placing them back in the bag, you better believe that number jumps to 100%. Now, there was a Redditor who posted a picture of what happened when she licked a package of Double Stuffed Clean. She found a Post-it note from her husband that says, "I'm considering divorce." And she admitted to being a monster. She says most of the commenters tended to agree that his reaction was totally justified, but considering divorce? Dude, I would have already packed up and left. I mean, how rude is that? You open up what you think is a full bag of, or a box of Oreos, only to find that the double stuffed filling has been eaten. It's gone. How discouraging is that? That's worse than getting a letter from the IRS saying that you owe thousands of dollars, I think. Very, very discouraging. So I think that would be definite grounds for divorce. And that's just me. That's just me talking here. Now, I would like to welcome my 2 listeners. See, for the longest time, I thought I had 3 listeners. But evidently I just have 2. But nonetheless, I'd like to welcome Sonia to the chat, and she is admitted to being the first voice in my head this evening. And we also have my buddy JT in the chat. JT, it's good to see you. And I want to thank both of you for stopping by. And I'm hoping we'll get a few more in the chat, but you never know. I mean, when I do these late shows, it's hit or miss. It's either just me and the microphone. Well, I should say me and Abby in the microphone because she'll get pretty hacked off if I leave her out. But it's either me and Abby in the microphone, or it's a couple of people, and sometimes we have 20 or 30. You just don't know. It's kind of a weird time. But it's just how my schedule works out. I can't really help it. Now, I've got some unfinished business that I wanted to discuss. The other day, I kind of cut my show short because there was another show on Spreaker that I wanted to check out. And I was talking about some annoying things. We discussed putting people on speakerphone. People don't want to hear your conversation. And you can go back and listen to the last show on that. It was about an hour long. How about when you're driving? And you're behind this car and all of a sudden the brake lights come on. And you're thinking, okay, why are they coming to a stop? What's going on? And they're not really stopping, but they're making a right turn. Okay, here's some advice for you. When you're making a right turn, it's good to put your blinker on, but you don't have to come to a complete stop. I mean, unless there's a red light. And I learned that real quick because we have those little cameras here where I live. And I did learn my lesson. And I always talk about the importance of learning from your mistakes, how mistakes are a good thing. Well, this one took me 3 times in about a 4-month time period. I did those little roll stops at the red light. And I got, the thing took my picture, and I get a ticket. I get a ticket in the mail like a week later. I'm like, really? I don't even remember doing that. So you think I would learn. I mean, you would think $50 would teach me, but no. No, I had to do it 2 more times before I finally learned my lesson. I hate cameras. I hate the cameras. I do. They should all die and burn and go to hell. So anyway, I learned my lesson after 3 times. But dude, if there's no red light, you don't have to come to a complete stop. Just turn. Just slow down a little bit and make the turn. That's all you have to do. And when you're standing in line somewhere, if it's at the movies or whatever, you're buying tickets for something, or you're at the driver's license place, people still have their bubbles. You don't have to get right up in somebody's face. You don't have to rub your stuff on their backside when you're standing in line with them. You're going to get to the front of the line sooner, or the same amount of time as you would if you were keeping your distance. Stay out of my pocket when I'm waiting in line. All right, there's some I'm standing in line etiquette, and it doesn't involve you filling me up while we're waiting. And I don't think I do this, but I might be, just because I tend to eat really fast. It's like you set a plate in front of me, I wave my hand over it, and then it's gone. So this could include me, and if it does, I apologize. But it's people who eat like dogs. And I know I don't do this. I close my mouth when I eat. I at least do that. But don't you hate that when you're trying to enjoy your meal? And then you've got somebody that's sitting across from you, or God forbid, beside you at the same table, and they start slurping and just smacking their mouth when they eat. It's so annoying. It's like little kids are an animal. I mean, if you're over 10 years old, then it's probably time you stop breastfeeding and you learn how to chew with your mouth closed. I don't want to hear the pizza just swishing around in your mouth. I really don't. I don't want to see stuff stuck between your teeth and falling out while you're eating. I don't want to see that. And I'm guilty. I'm guilty of this, and I'll admit it. I'm probably the world's worst friend. And I say that because the world is so much smaller now. And if it was 100 years or even 50 years ago, hell, 20 years ago, I would have been a great friend because I would have stopped by on occasion to see you. I would have said hello at Walmart I would have written the occasional letter. But with everything being as instant as it is today, I suck. I absolutely, positively suck at being a friend. And I'm talking about people who don't respond to text, calls, or emails. I think my voicemail box might not be full. I think I may have deleted a few of them. But I'm going to apologize now. If you text me and I don't respond, if you call me and I don't call you back, or if you send me an email and I just don't answer it, I apologize. I'm not going to make any excuses because I just suck as a friend. I don't know what it is, but sometimes I just hate responding to things. And a lot of times I am busy, but I'm not busy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Eventually I get caught up. I don't know why I do that. Now, if I'm in the mood and I send the first text, or if I send the first email, then that's one thing. And sometimes you might catch me at a great time when I'm in the middle of doing that stuff, and I'll text you right back. But as a common practice for me, and I know I suck, I just don't respond to this stuff. And, I cannot put the full blame on me right now because, and I discussed this in one of my other shows, and I don't know if anybody else is having this problem or not, but I have one of those smartphones that may not be so smart, but it's a Droid, and I swear it's possessed. It's got to be possessed because I'll get on here and I'll start texting, and there's certain letters and numbers that it just won't let me text. It just won't let me do it. So I promise if I do send you a text, if you're that one person I send a text to, and the grammar's horrible, it's not my fault. The phone is possessed. And then a lot of times it'll just start hitting numbers or letters just by itself. And you would think Abby got a hold of my phone and started texting, but no, it's the phone. And I'll have it open, and I'll be trying to send a text, or God forbid I try to play Fruit Ninja now, because there's no chance in hell I'm doing that. And it'll just jump a bunch of screens, and I can't go back fast enough because it's so quick. And then it'll just call a random person. And it's not even somebody that I would call just on a normal basis. It's somebody that I haven't talked to in like 5 years. And then, when it calls them, it won't let me hang up. It won't let me hang up fast enough. It won't let me do anything. So, next thing I know, I'm frantically trying to just shut my stupid phone off, and then I hear hello. So at that point, what am I supposed to do? I can't just say, I butt dialed you, I'm sorry, because nobody believes that. Nobody ever butt dials anybody, really. I guarantee you call pretty much everybody you call on purpose. Well, except in my situation. So, when they say hello, I'm going to be like, hi, how are you? I know it's been a long time. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, this is Chris. This is Chris Top. Yeah, we went to high school together. Right, yeah, I know. You stood me up for prom. That's me. I was that guy. Right. Yeah, then you showed up with the other guy at the prom, and I got beat up. Yeah, that was me. Mm-hmm. So you've been doing pretty good? Okay, well, good. I'm glad we got a chance to catch up a little bit. Hey, will you do me a favor, and will you go ahead and hang your phone up? It's not important. Yeah, okay, thanks. Okay, yeah, just hang up. All right, go ahead and just hit your hang up. Yeah, okay, thanks. And that's the only way I can get rid of them. I have to actually, because I can't just sit there and actually turn my phone off, because they're going to be like, okay, Chris Top is stalking me. But no, I'm not. I promise you I'm not. It's just my phone is possessed. So I've got an appointment with a Catholic priest next week, and I'm hoping that'll take care of it, because I didn't get insurance on my phone, and I've still got several months of this to deal with. So I don't know. I mean, is anybody else having this problem with their smartphone? Is it just me? I don't know. Okay, let's see what's going on in the chat, because I may have some helpful advice in the chat. You never know. Doubtful, but I may have some. Sonia says, Amber has had her phone since the 9th grade. Just last week she found out how to use the voicemail. Wow. You know, it's funny. I bet that phone works great, too. I bet you can drop it and smash it and take a sledgehammer to it, and it's still probably going to work just fine. And she's 20 now, so she's had that for a while. See, I wish I would have kept the phone that I had way back when, but the only game it had on it was Snake, and it was old school Snake, and eventually you're going to lose at Snake. You're just eventually going to lose. But it was just like the little black and white Snake, and you know, and it was a little flip phone, and you had the little antenna that you pull out of it. And it's back when it was fashionable to have a really small phone. And at the time I was married, and I told my ex-wife, I said, look, you go get your fancy little cell phone. I don't need it. I don't want a cell phone. I don't want people to be able to get a hold of me just anytime they want. That would be ridiculous. But then she laid the guilt trip on me. It's like, all right, Chris, you know, what if the kids need to get a hold of you? What if there's an emergency and you're out somewhere, you're not at work, you're not at home, and we can't call you? So I got the guilt trip laid on me, and that's why I got a phone. But now there is no chance in hell I'm ever going to leave home without my phone. And if I do, I feel naked all day if I don't have my stupid phone with me. Now, I still may not use it. I still may not call you back. I still may not text you. But I've at least got to have it with me. And I've got to be able to reach in my pocket and, okay. Whew, there's my phone. My phone's in my pocket. I'm good to go. And that's how that works. Plus, I might want to play Bejeweled sometime during the day. You, my friends, are listening to the Chris Top program. I would love it if you would tweet with me. My Twitter's wide open. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and pull it up on my phone. I don't know how long I'll have it on my phone, just because it's at 7%, and my phone could end up calling Taiwan sometime in the broadcast, and that'll just suck all of the remaining 7% of energy out. But I do have the Twitter open on my phone, so if you'd like to tweet with me, you can. You can always tumble with me. Of course, you can catch me on Facebook. Love it if you'd follow me on Facebook and message me there. But when I broadcast, the greatest thing is the chat, because you can talk to me directly right here in the chat, and I'll try not to miss it. But you can communicate with me 24 hours a day on Facebook. Just leave me messages, and hopefully I'll get back with you. I can't promise anything, especially after I just said that I more than likely I won't. But I'll try. I'll give it an honest effort. If you Facebook me, I'll try to get back with you. And a lot of times I'll at least check it on my phone, as long as it's not going crazy. I will at least check it. Did I say you could tumble with me? You can tumble with me, you tweet with me, you can catch me on Facebook. But the best place to talk with me, especially when I'm broadcasting live, is the chat on Spreaker. Just come on over to Spreaker. If you're not on the site, come on over to Spreaker.com. Sign up. It's fun, it's easy, it's free. You can become a voice in my head. You can communicate with me in the chat while I broadcast live. And the chat is really half the fun. I mean, sometimes it takes on a life of its own. And a lot of times I just have to ignore it because, you know, I'm just not as dirty sometimes as some of these people in the chat. I mean, I got to be honest with you. But anyway, that's all the stuff you can do to stay in contact with me. I'd like to welcome my buddy Big N to the chat, and if you listen to the show at all, you've heard of the Wabba Rap. Well, he is the mastermind behind the Wabba Rap. And he happens to be in the chat right now. We've also got DJ Busta Dubs, Krista Man Top, sup buddy, long time no see. It's good to see you, Busta. It is. It has been a while. Big N says, my old ass iPod has been dropped in a pool and run over by a few cars. Well, I guess the question is, does it still work? I guess that does it still work? And Sonia says the first bomb scare that we had in high school is when we decided that she needed a phone. And you know, a lot of times that's when we do decide on these things, is when we have these emergencies in life, and then once we get these things, we wonder how we ever made it without them. And I don't have a clue how I got on this subject. See, that's part of the beauty of of the Chris Stop program because I get sidetracked and I don't know sometimes where I'm going to end up. People who double park in a way that creates an obstacle course. Double parking, whatever. As long as it's a big parking lot, I could really care less. Now, sometimes, I got to say this. If somebody's got one of those really nice cars and they park at the very end of the parking lot and they take up like 3 spots and they park it all sideways, I'm like, really, man? Come on. I know it's a nice car. I know that. The fuzzy dice and everything, it's cool, okay? But you're just doing that to show off. Just stop it. Just stop it. Now, do you hate when you go out with friends or family and you order something that say maybe you only go out once a week or once every couple of weeks or once every couple of weeks to eat? Well, because a lot of people are doing that now just because of the economy and it's money's a little more scarce, I guess. So we don't probably eat out as much as we used to. So maybe there's this meal that you've been looking forward to having. You've been saving up for a couple of weeks. It's like, okay, this is it. I'm going to go to my favorite restaurant, and I'm going to order me a big fat pork chop. I'm going to get some of those garlic mashed potatoes with the gravy. I'm going to get a couple of those big fat yeast rolls, and I'm going to put some butter on them. Because I'm splurging, because the rest of the week I'm eating bologna and ramen noodles. So you're sitting there with your pork chops, and then you've got like a little wondering hand that comes over to your plate to get that last bite of pork chop that you just wanted to save and maybe just savor, just hold it in your mouth for a minute before you swallowed it. And that hand comes over and just takes that last little piece of pork chop. Next thing you know, your fork's sticking out of their hand. And you're like, no. I've been waiting 2 weeks for this pork chop. You're not taking it. Don't you hate it when people eat off your plate? I mean, if I'm done, it's one thing, and I offer it, that's one thing. But you don't have the right of way to my plate. If I offer you something, then by all means, take it. That's fine. It's funny, though. Most of the time when you offer somebody something, they're not going to take it. It's those little plate thieves. Sometimes they like to just reach over and just grab it because they think they have a right to it. Well, you don't. It's my pork chop, and I've been waiting 2 weeks for it, so you just get your own pork chop. I told you to order whatever you wanted. Because tomorrow it's back to bologna sandwiches and ramen noodles. So today I told you, I said, look, order whatever you want. Back on the budget tomorrow. But no, you ordered something that you don't really want, so now you're eating my pork chop. So maybe that gets on my nerves a little bit. Some other annoying stuff we talked about, people bringing little kids late at night to rated R movies, stuff like that. You don't do that. And if you'd like to get my take on that, then feel free to tune into to the last show. And there are some things that men do, and I know. I'm a guy. Contrary to popular belief, I am a guy. I mean, I might have a feminine side. I like the girly drinks if I go out. I don't really fish. I don't really hunt. But I'm still a guy. And I've got a few things that guys do that can be annoying. And I'm sitting here reading this stuff, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh. I do that one. I do that one. No, maybe I don't. Yeah, I do. I do that one too. And this one I definitely do. No, that's not me. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I did that the other day. So I'm sitting here reading this list, and I'm just feeling like, man, what the hell's my problem? I didn't realize I was that annoying. I had no idea. No idea. So we're going to talk about some annoying things that men do. And also, there's other stuff I want to talk about too. Did you know that the Secret Service was actually selling fake IDs? Well, we're going to talk about that. Sally Mae's got a new study out. Television-related injuries in children is on the rise. See, this is interesting stuff. This is, and we've even got a story about a horse being ridden into McDonald's. So it's a hell of a show, and I'm just going to keep broadcasting until I literally fall asleep. So I hope you're ready. Go ahead and get the coffee out. Get a Pop-Tart or something. Just sit back and relax, because you, my friends, are absolutely, positively, 100% for sure in the right place. You're listening to the Chris Top Program.
This is the Chris Top Program.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here? My name is Dorcas Maximus, Commander of the Dorks of the North, General of the Dork Legions, loyal servant to the true Emperor Dork Vader. And I will have my vengeance. Dorks of the world, unite!
Yeah! Now I'm in the blogosphere, now I'm in the Twitterverse. Fans get so immersed, but I'm a nerd forever. I'm the new Zuckerberg, and since my website, I've been cooking dough like a chef serving kilobytes. Used to be the basement, back at my mom's place. Building web traffic so that we could sell an ad space. Make way for the one-man businesses. Bailouts finish with white-collar criminals. New Sega Genesis, entrepreneur. Time making big plans to dominate the online. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. This is one man sharing Google revenue with songs on my webcam. Science is the new art, databases day to day. Geeks spreading sheet smarts, hustle make the data pay. I could be in Valleywag plus geekology. Tell from my avatar that I'm most definitely
Social networks, what dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do. Now you're the new dog. This VC mommy is brand new. The geek is now damn cool. Let's hear it for new dogs, new dogs, new dogs.
Catch me up in TechCrunch, right on the homepage. Hella Monk is Moto in a photo by the phone craze. And I'm up in Mashable. Weekend trip to New York, Bar Pity, One Oak, parties full of new doors. Now I'm pitching business plans from the backs of napkins. Microlend to Africans, monetize Kazakhstan. Catch me up on LinkedIn, dog. CEO, you can see where I be with the IPO. Now I'm up in skinny jeans, now a hipster's lurking. Used to be a reject, but now I'm steady jerking. Now my glass is mainstream, now the girlies eyeing me. Popular kids copy me, the new.
And this screw-up was brought to you entirely, my friends. I was getting into that song, too. You know, it's because my mouse is... Never mind. Just...
You can either talk in the Chris Top Program.
Mr. Pop.
Take it from the top.
I was thinking it's just this girl. I can't find a woman like that.
Honestly, dude, first off, it's your best friend. Did you forget about the bro code? You don't go after your best friend's girl. Second thing, dude, you've been stuck on this chick since the 80s. Come on, it's not healthy, just move on. Okay, honestly, I have to say this. The word stalker ring a bell? You ever heard this phrase? Creepy much? Okay, look, just stop hiding in the shadows. Maybe try eHarmony.
I can't find a woman like that.
Hello, I'm Chris Crash Jesus Taylor from HTLA Radio 1 at HTLA973.com. You know, a few weeks back I happened upon the Chris Top program on Spreaker.com, and I was met with feelings and love I had never before experienced with a radio show and a host of hosts. The joy and inspiration you brought to my life, Chris, with just a few simple words. The inspirational clips, the chat banter, the total hotties that you as a dork attract and maintain without effort. The king of all dorks, you proclaim, and so it is true. Chris Top, my lord, my king, I love you. When I was thirsty, you gave me Mountain Dew. When I was hungry, you fed me Muse. When I was nervous, you helped me pee. Now, from the rooftops, I shout Wabo with glee. So please join me with the chat dorks every day for another dose of the Chris Top program on Spreaker.com.
Yeah, you know, it's just, it's about 1:04 in the AM here, Central Time. in Tennessee. I'm just north of Nashville, about 45 minutes north of Nashville, Music City, USA. You know, I don't get out to Nashville enough. I really don't. And one of my favorite things to do is actually go downtown and just listen to live music. I mean, you can pretty much be anywhere downtown, just any time of the day, and you can hear somebody somewhere playing a guitar or picking a banjo or singing or something. And that's part of the beauty of, I think, of Nashville. And I just, I don't know, I just don't get out there to do that enough. It's been a long time, actually, so I need to plan that sometime, I think, sooner or later. Okay. If you haven't heard of the Prancer-Size Lady, I have a treat for you. Go to my Facebook page after the show and watch the video. You don't have to watch the whole thing. I mean, it's like 6 minutes and something long. I don't know if you can take the whole thing. I really, really don't. But thank God that Joanna lived to see the digital age. Otherwise, her utterly bananas Prancer-Size videos may have just been that weird thing that weird lady down the street does. Now, the first installment of her horse-inspired workout series was viewed by more than 7 million people. Or, well, 7 million times. And I was a couple of those times. You know, part of the fun in watching this, you haven't lived till you've seen old ladies with camel toes. Oh, God. See, why do I say stuff like that? Because I know somebody's going to rip that and play it on their show. So somebody's going to rip that. Chris, stop chasing those 20-something women. Now he's chasing the old ladies with the camel toes. That's Chris Top. He can't be happy with nothing. He can't be happy. He's got to go after the old women now. That's what's going to happen. I can just see it. I can see it now. The second version of the Prancer-Size video sadly didn't do as well. Now she's back with a third edition, and it's really just more of the same, which means it's pretty super cool. And there's also plenty of those familiar rhymes in it, like let them stare and gawk. I'm going to do my Prancer-Size walk. But there is one thing that's missing. And she says it herself. She says it herself in this video. I believe it was right at the beginning. She says, not so much camel toe. So if you want to see the camel toe, you're gonna have to go to the to the first video if you want to catch that out or check that out. Let's see. Nathan just sent me a tweet. He says, "Hey buddy, I'm on lunch and listening through Android app. How about a shout out? It's going on my show with you saying the F word." See, Nathan is a bad influence. And hey, Nathan, how are you? He's a bad influence, and I hope everybody at your work is listening along with you. If you don't mind, you can go ahead and text me where you work at, and I'll give everybody there a shout out. See, that's how I reel in my listeners. I'm like the Pied Piper. See, it's any chance I get. Oh, you're listening to McDonald's? Okay, turn your phone up all the way. Be one of those annoying people with a speakerphone, but tell them you're not really talking to anybody. Tell them you're listening to the Chris Top program on Spreaker.com. It doesn't cost anything. Just go listen. That's all you have to do. But Nathan is a bad influence because he did an interview with me on his show the other day, and it's the Pothead Show, and he did an interview with me, and he begged me, just literally begged me to say the F word. And it wasn't good enough. I mean, finally I gave in, and I shouldn't have gave in. I should have held to my guns because I'm Chris Top, and I don't generally throw around the F word. I mean, unless there's a hammer or something involved, and I'm by myself. And I don't know why. I don't have anything against people that say it. I just choose not to say it myself. Now, I'll throw around a few words from time to time, But I generally try to stay away from the F word, and there's no way I'm saying GD ever. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to say GD. But he's a bad influence because he not only got me to say it once, but he got me to say it 3 times on his show. He says, every other word he says is the F word. He says, everyone else is in my car at lunch, but Accord Packaging. Okay, is it Accord? It's probably Accord. So I want to give a big shout out to everybody at Accord Packaging, which is mainly just Nathan. So thank you, Accord, for listening to the Chris Top program. Now, back to Prancer Size. So you need to check it out, especially if you're into older women and their camel toes. That's right, old ladies' camel toes are endorsed by the Chris Top program. So, I mean, if you're going to rip it off, then go ahead and just do it, get it over with, and then we'll move on. He's not talking to strippers today. He's not talking to cam models. He's talking about old ladies and their camel toes. How disgusting is Chris Top going to get? What new low is he going to go? He's pathetic. That Chris Top. I love it. I love it that he's on his last leg. I love it. It's like he's in the final Rocky movie and he shouldn't even be there anymore. I'm going to love watching him crash and burn. Chris Top is a has-been. Talking about old ladies and their camel toes. I can hear it all now. See, I can read your minds, you people. Doctors, they're now handing out prescriptions for fruits and vegetables. Didn't know you had to have a prescription for fruits and vegetables, but I can see what they're trying to do. Now, it's better than a gastric bypass. Doctors at the New York City hospitals are actually handing out prescriptions for apples and oranges and plenty of other leafy green vegetables. And they're giving this stuff to at-risk patients in neighborhoods that are hit hard by heart disease. Obesity, diabetes, stuff like that. Harlem Hospital and Lincoln Medical Center are joining Wholesome Wave, and that's a national program aimed to preempting the need for medication. So instead of a classic prescription slip, patients are issued health bucks, which are coupons for local farmers and markets and things like that. So can you imagine maybe the farmer that was left out of the loop? You walk up to him with a prescription for a piece of broccoli, and he's like, "What is? I ain't no. I don't have any drugs. I got broccoli and I got corn. You stupid ass city boy. You don't need no prescription for corn. What the hell are you doing? Just here, you keep your little sissy boy prescription. Just eat some corn. It's okay. You eat all the corn you want. Eat a carrot. You don't have to give me no prescription for that." See, and that's probably some of what's going on. I would assume. Now, I'm stereotyping. I don't know if he would call you a sissy ass, but see, I can say stuff like that because I'm from the South as well, so I can make fun of Southern people. And Nathan, thank you so much for listening, buddy. He says he's back to work. He'll talk to us soon. But it's always good to hear from my buddy Nathan for sure. I don't know what's going on in the chat. I have no idea. HTLA Radio 1 is here. 2 a.m. really? Well, it's not 2 a.m. I started at 12:30 Central Time. I do, and Chris says, and Chris is with HTLA. Hey, I played your promo. I always play your promos because I love those. They make me laugh. They do. He says, you need to stay away from those strip joints or at least not stay till they close. See, I didn't close it down tonight. I left early. I left at a decent time. Now, see, I'm just joking. Now, somebody's going to rip that too. Okay, evidently Chris Top's going to those strip joints. He goes really late when the old ladies are out so he can see their camel toes. He goes really, really late so he can maybe pick up a granny and take her back. Because he likes the old women because that's all he can keep up with. That's all Chris Top can keep up with are the 60-plus strippers. That's it. But it's good to see you, Chris. It really is, buddy. Thank you for for being one of the 3 listeners on the Chris Tuck program this evening. Oh, and we have John Gonzalez in the chat. See, it's a party now. John actually hosts that show, the John Gonzalez show, where he plays that love-making music. Tune into John Gonzalez After Hours with your special someone when you're in the mood for a little love-making, hip-grinding. I can't do it. Grab the nearest old woman. Okay. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop right there. Wabba back to you, John. It's good to see you, buddy. It really is good to see you. We're talking about fruits and vegetables, and we're talking about camel toe with cobwebs. We'll say it like that. Maybe that's a little better. I figured if I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down hardcore. And give everybody something to talk about. Here's some good news. If you've got a young one at home and you're thinking about college, I mean, it's a little bit of comfort because if you're a parent and you're facing that ridiculous cost of college, kids are moving off the mom and dad plan. Yeah, that's some pretty good news. And this is according to a new study by student lender Sallie Mae. And if it comes from Sallie Mae, then it must be true. The portion of the tuition coughed up by parents has decreased from 36% in 2010 to 27% in 2013. That's almost a 10% drop. And you can tell I went to college, right? At the same time, the amount funded from scholarships and grants has increased from 23% to 30%, and that makes that actually the largest source of college funding. So I guess the kids that are going to college now are smarter kids, or maybe the ones that aren't as smart just don't go anymore. Now, the study suggested that the shift could be attributed to families getting better at planning for the financial burden. Nearly 70% eliminated certain schools based on cost, and 47% of students took up extra work to contribute to the bill. Amen to that. I mean, there is nothing wrong. And I mean, if you're about to go into college, if you just graduated and you're about to go into college, you know what? You can actually work and go to school at the same time. Imagine that. You don't have to go into college already $100,000 in debt. You can work your way through and pay as you go. So, I mean, if you've got a halfway decent scholarship, then you can work at McDonald's for 4 years, and hopefully not another 4 years after you graduate, and not owe a dime. There's nothing wrong with that. So, I mean, why not go to school and just totally bust your ass for 4 years? You're still young. I mean, if you're going to bust your ass, now's the time to do it. Take a little bit of that burden off mom and dad. You know, maybe if you pay for your college, maybe they'll be more prone to help, I don't know, with a house. They could pretty much buy you a house for what they would spend on college. They would probably rather buy you a house. They can help out with a brand new car. That would be a nice college graduation gift. Imagine getting out of college. See, that's a pretty good deal to work with your parents. It's like, okay, mom, dad, I'm going to pay for my college. All I'm going to ask for you when I get out is a brand new car. We can keep it somewhere around the $20,000, $25,000 range. And trust me, that's a bargain if they don't pay for college. So you buy me a brand new car when I get out of college. Now imagine, you get out of college, you're debt-free, you're not paying back any student loans. You can tell Sallie Mae to kiss your ass. Sallie Mae, you kiss my ass because I'm going to work 20 hours a week at McDonald's. I'm going to keep this scholarship, and I'm going to pay for my own college. So kiss my ass, Sallie Mae. So you do that. Then when you get out, you graduate debt-free, plus you get a brand new car. It's almost like winning big on Price is Right, if you think about it. And again, that's just food for thought. Now, I've got some things that are annoying. And, okay, guys, raise your hand if you do this, because I'm going to get a cramp in my arm from raising my hand so much. And, I thought this was a good thing. I always thought that girls loved it when guys were spontaneous. Maybe not so much. Now, think about this. And this is probably a shocker. But a lot of women actually hate surprises. Now, there was a survey that was conducted by an airline. It found that not only 60% of women hate surprises, nearly a third of them felt unexpected trips are on their list of don'ts. Ooh, you made the list of don'ts. Now, the problem with unplanned getaways is we don't have enough time to prepare. And it turns out women need about 7 days and 11 hours. And yes, that's every single woman in the world. They need 7 days and exactly 11 hours notice in order to fully enjoy a romantic vacation. So guys, please, please, please give the woman in your life that time that she needs. Give her that 7 days and 11 hours because you don't want her to leave that toothbrush behind. And see, and I always thought being spontaneous was a good thing. So when I first looked at it, I thought, no, that shouldn't be on here. But see, I guess I've screwed up again. So, okay, no more being spontaneous. And, okay, I've still got my hand raised. Something else that's pretty annoying that guys do. I don't even know if I should admit to this. See, it's all John Gonzalez's fault. It's John Gonzalez's fault. Because the reason I fall asleep after sex is because of that damn music he plays. Because it changes from that love-making music to that it's time to go to bed music. So it's like, okay, I get my business done. Oh, okay. Okay. You know what? I was just like, and then it's over. It's like, oh, thank you. That was great. I really love. And then the cuddle time's gone. There's no cuddle time left. Thanks to you, John Gonzalez, and your love-making music that you play late at night. See, you do it late at night, too. If you'd play some afternoon delight music from time to time, like around noonish, maybe I wouldn't fall asleep after bumping nasties. All right? Maybe then I could go. Well, I was going to say go more than once, but no. That's not going to happen. I mean, I'm 42 for crying out loud. I mean, I might be able to go twice in a week or two. Okay, once a week. Okay, we'll say 4 times a... Oh, no. Maybe, okay, 3 times a month. Okay, I can go 3 times a month, but I can't guarantee I won't fall asleep right after every time. I can't guarantee that. So, okay, my hand is still raised. And see, Holy Stalin... Holy Stalin says, yeah, John, stop effing with people's sex lives. You sex life effer with her. And I don't know what Chris is talking about. I've got to go back to the chat. I've got to talk to the voices in my head. He just said camel toeing. There's probably a Christmas song in that somewhere. Maybe we can write a Christmas song, Chris, before Christmas hits about camel toeing. But now I guess it's Holly. Is it Holly? Holly Stalin? I guess it's Holly Stalin. Holly, it's nice to meet you. Now I don't know. I'm assuming you are a female, but I don't know for sure. But regardless of your gender, It's very nice to meet you. And does John mess with your sex life too? Does he get you all revved up and then just put you... It's like a drug. It's like a drug is what it is. It's like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to have great sex. This is going to be the best sex of your life. I'm going to rip your clothes off. We're going to jump in the bed. This is going to be the best 45 seconds you've ever experienced. And then it's right to bed. Then it's nothing but Z's. See, it's like a drug, John. So you got to be careful with that great power that you possess. All right, now my hand is still raised. Not listening. That's a big one. And see, this is no surprise. I don't feel like I'm alone with this one. I feel like there's plenty of other men that just don't listen. And it's not just with the opposite sex. I mean, I have this problem with a lot of things in my life. Now, there was another survey that was done, and this was by a laundry detergent company. I have no idea what would make a laundry detergent company an expert on not listening, but we're going to go with it. More than 1/3 of women said that not listening was their partner's worst habit, and it only made things worse when men repeat the last few words back to you like a parrot. It's just rude. But I mean, sometimes I'm going to get in so much trouble for this. I really am. Sometimes it's just impossible to pay attention. We can only talk so long about your new shoes. We can only talk so long about how big your ass looks in those jeans. We can only say it looks fine or it looks great so many times while we grit our teeth. So sometimes it's just better to block it out. And this, my friends, is why I'm not married. Now, there was a live science study that finds that men and women focus differently. Really? Really? No? Are you serious? You mean men don't focus the same as women? What? Get out of here. No way! And it took a study for that. I hope you didn't spend more than $1 on that study. I really don't. I hope you didn't take out a loan from Sally Mae for $1 for that study. Because if you did, that was a waste of $1. Now, men are likely to be distracted by what's going on in the background. Yeah, we are. And that's how we're wired. I mean, unless your boobies are out or it's going to be hard to focus. We all have ADHD. We really do. You're going to have something very shiny on, and you're going to have some boobies hanging out or something if you want to keep our focus. That's just how we're wired. I mean, if you've got your clothes on and there's boobies in the background, of course we're going to look in the background. I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling it like it is. So, Holly, how are you? You can't get in trouble for saying that because I said something much worse on my show. This is the Chris Top program. We're about an hour into this late-ass show. It's about 1:30 in the morning. I'm going to take a little dew break because there are still lots of things I want to talk about, and there are some other annoying things that we're going to discuss that men do. Believe it or not, yes, men can be annoying, and we're going to touch on that topic just a little bit more. But you're absolutely, positively in the right place. I'll tell you what, hang on. Before we take a break, and I always know when it's time to take a break because for one reason or another, I sit straight up in my chair, great posture when I first start broadcasting, and then I slowly slide down in my chair, and it's horrible. It's like my chin is on my desk, and that's when I usually know it's time for a break. So I went ahead and scooted up for a second. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, to spread that Spreaker love. Now, what I want you to do, if you have a show on Spreaker, I want you to go ahead and type the word show into the chat. And by all means, give that person a follow. At least listen to their show one time. If you don't like it, you don't have to listen again. But if you do like it, then congratulations, you found a new show. So take just a moment to spread the Spreaker love.
We're just here to spread that love all around. Spread it around. Spread it around.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to play the WABA song, the Dork National Anthem, followed up by the WABA rap. And if you don't know what WABA is, then stick around. We'll explain that here in a little while. And also, Holly, I have a challenge for you. If you would like to join the great dorks of the world, if you would like to embrace your dorkhood, if you want to step from the closet and into the light of your dorkhood, then it's time for you to post the dorkiest picture of yourself on my Facebook fan page. And we'll be happy to go back and to discuss it, to talk about it. Oh, and thank you so much, Kiss Kiss, for showing up. See, I was feeling lonely until now, but you showed up, and I would like to give the lovely Vivacious Kiss a very warm dork welcome. Now, you are, my friends, in the right place. This is the Chris Top program. I won't be gone long, I promise.
Thank you for calling We Love Obama. If you agree with President Obama's current policies, please press 1. If you disagree, please sing the national anthem. I'm sorry, your time is up for the selection. We will select one for you. If you believe in big government, please do nothing. If you believe in a limited government and SUVs are not driven by the Antichrist, please set fire to all of the trees in your neighborhood with old tires and styrofoam, you environmental-hating son of a bitch. Thank you for calling We Love Obama.
The Chris Top Program, the alternative to the garbage on Spreaker.
One resident describes her horrifying experience when she first realized the complex was on fire.
I said, "Oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire." Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got me. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. I said, "Oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire." Oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm praying for my life. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I got bronchitis. I woke up to go get me a cold pop. And then I thought somebody was barbecuing. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. And then the smoke got me. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm praying for my life. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I got bronchitis.
According to the apartment manager, the fire started in a woman's home. She was treated for smoke inhalation at a local hospital.
I got bronchitis.
There were no other reports of injury.
I said, "Oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. It's a fire, it's a fire, it's a fire." Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm praying for my life. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm praying for my life. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I got bronchitis.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program.
Mr. Pop.
Take it from the top.
I like to listen to the Chris Top program every day. He makes my day. He makes me happy. He makes me laugh. Like, what did he play today? I was laughing so hard, I honestly actually pissed my pants and shit myself. I actually shit my underwear.
Listen.
What?
It'd be nice.
I shit my pants and pissed my pants.
Thank you for calling the Liberal Hotline. Please press 1 if you would like to hear this in Spanish. This will also count as your vote in the next election. Please press 2 if you're in touch with your feelings. If you're not in touch with your feelings, you will go to hell. If you do own an SUV and would like to donate it to a member of the Democratic Party to get it off of your conscience, please press 3. If you believe the word liberal is just another word for socialism, no need to do anything. You'll be safe. Thank you for calling the Liberal Hotline.
All right, dorks of the world, go ahead and stand to your feet, place your hand over your heart. You know this song. This is the Dork National Anthem, the WABA song written for us by my good buddy, Belgium Tim. We're going to follow it up with a WABA rap by Big N. That's big. Well, we try to be multicultural.
Working on being awesome every day. I'm working on being awesome every day. W-O-B-A-W-O-B and yeah, I'm working on being awesome every day. I'm not really awesome to this day, but I'm working on being awesome every day. I'm not awesome today, but I'll be one day.
Yeah, Big N in the building, representing the dorks. Dorks of the world unite, y'all. Yeah. Hey there, everybody, I got something to say. This guy right over there is Wubba every single day. Okay, what is Wubba?
It gets so creepy cold thing.
No, dude, it's just a little dork saying. Well, W is working, O is on it, B is being, and A is for awesome, and that's the dork saying. I'm already awesome, but that's okay, cause Mr. Chris Top is too, but he just doesn't know it. And so are all of you from here on to the far. And just so you know, life is good and I'm gone.
All right, I know that there are plenty of you out there who, okay, but before I get into this, Holly doesn't have a Facebook, so she posted her dorky picture up on her Spreaker page, and she is a verified dork. But see, there is beauty in being a dork, Holly, and thank you very much for doing that. And you need to get a Facebook page, if for nothing else, to at least follow the Chris Top program, because all the cool dorks are doing it. All right, there's no peer pressure here, Holly. But all the cool dorks are following the Chris Top program, because that's what we do. Holly says, this is why I do radio. I've got the perfect face for it. That's what I was told, too, by my mother. Speaking of my mom, I know that we all want to know when our parents are going to die. And I think maybe it has something to do... I don't know why. I don't know why you would want to know this. But there is a site that's set up for it. It's a very grim site. I mean, eventually everybody dies. Now, if that's something you don't like thinking about, then the new site, seeyourfolks.com, probably isn't going to end up in your bookmarks anytime soon. Now, it offers a cold, hard prediction of how many more times you'll see your parents before they kick the bucket. And what they do is they use the life expectancy data from the World Health Organization to calculate the results. Seems pretty depressing. It really does. But, see, it seems depressing because I'm a parent, so I'm just wondering if my kids have that up. Okay, life insurance... Really? I gotta see Dad this many more times before I can get that? What? Now, the site's founders say that their message is actually an uplifting one. And this is a quote: "We believe that increasing awareness of death can help us make the most out of our lives." And they also said the right kind of reminders can help us focus on what matters and perhaps make us better people. Really, I think what it really comes down to is, okay, right now I'm 15, 10 more years, I got to see my parents this many more times. So by the time I'm 25, okay, I'm going to plan the Vegas trip. Because that's when the life insurance money is coming in. Now, Michelle Hammock was in her daycare classroom in Arlington, Florida. when she smelled smoke. Now, the kids that were under her supervision were actually napping, so she slipped out to investigate. She discovered a fire in the facility's oven. The alarm just starts going off, so Michelle quickly got her kids out of the building. Now, so far, so good, right? I mean, do you think she's done anything wrong? Okay, speak now if you think she's done anything wrong. All right, now she helped other teachers with the head counts. Then she ran back in to ensure that all the students were outside. Now, shortly after the fire was extinguished, and she did that as well, before the fire trucks arrived, she lost her job. Okay, so I'm going to repeat everything that she just did. The kids were napping, so she slipped out to investigate, discovering a fire in the facility's oven. The alarms went off. She got the kids out of the building. She helped the other teachers with the head counts. Then she ran back in to ensure all the students were outside. And then she extinguished the fire right before the trucks arrived. And then she got fired. The daycare owner, and I'm not making this up, Olga. See, Olga just seems like the kind of person that likes to fire people. Well, I don't like firing people. Why don't you get Olga to do it? Olga loves to fire people. So she fired Michelle for leaving her students alone in the classroom. What is she going to? Is she going to wake the kids up and say, "Hey, let's all go out in the hallway and check to see what this is I smell"? No, she's going to go look real quick, and then she's going to take care of. Oh. Olga, what are you smoking? Now, she fired Michelle for leaving her students alone in the classroom. Even though children are sleeping, the teachers are supposed to be there, is what Olga said. And then she says, if anybody else does the same thing, I will fire again. If anyone else does the same thing, I will fire again, says Olga. Olga, you bitch. What did you fire her for? She did the right thing. So now Michelle's actually standing on the side of the road with a big sign that says, I am fired after saving kids and putting fire out. You know, I'm sure that there are plenty of daycares out there that are going to hire her. Kiss says, it sounds like a really sad sight. And then she says about Olga, she says, well, they're dumbasses. And I agree. Now Holly says, watch them be wrong, and it says, sorry, but your parents are going to die in 1 year. And then you have sex with a moron that your parents hate. Then you marry him in Vegas, thinking that your parents will be dead anyway and won't be able to nag. Then you end up having 30 more years with your parents. You know, that could happen, Holly. So I don't know that I would put a lot of thought, if you do check out that site, into what it says. Just saying. Now, somebody is in trouble. All right, somebody's in trouble, and this somebody is a New York Police Department officer. All right, listen to this. Just check. See, this is taking your power a little too far, I think. Now, there's a 27-year-old woman. She's suing the New York Police Department after she says an officer stole raunchy photos and videos of her from her iPhone. Now, when Pamela Held, her last name's Held. When Pamela Held was held at the station house in Queens after cops found prescription drugs in her car, police had her phone for 3 hours. That's while she was booked on a misdemeanor drug charges. Now, after she got her phone back, she said that she realized pictures and videos meant for her boyfriend's eyes only had been sent to a strange number. So again, guys, don't keep stuff like this in your phone. It's probably not a good idea, especially if the cops are going to go through it. Probably not a good idea at all. And I think she's got a pretty just cause I believe, for suing the police department. So somebody's going to be in some pretty big trouble. I mean, she must have been pretty hot, I guess. Hey, we got her phone. Let's take her phone and go in the back. Okay. I want to keep these pictures, so I'm going to send these to my phone number. She'll never notice. A private investigator working for her lawyer says that the number belongs to Officer Sean Christian. Christian denies swiping the images or even having met Held. Well, he probably didn't meet her. He just got her phone and sent them to texted it to himself. No, I don't know how they got to my number. I don't know how my phone number... Wow, what a coincidence. She was in the jail cell at the place I work, and somehow my number got in her phone and texted those pictures to me. Wait a minute, let me check my phone. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, these are raunchy pictures of Pamela in my phone. I don't know how those got in there. Is he really going to deny this? Dude, you got busted. Just go ahead and you're a cop. You should know better than to, at this point, than to lie, I would think. Right? It's hard to know who was more surprised. And this happened last week. And see, why does this have to happen in Tennessee? See, these stories come out of Tennessee and they make us look bad. Now, the Tennessee man who discovered that his mother's ashes had been stolen. So it's hard to know who was more surprised last week. Let me start over again because I've probably confused you. And for the third time's the charm. And I won't get sidetracked this time, I promise. It's hard to know who was more surprised last week. The Tennessee man who discovered that his mother's ashes had been stolen, or the 28-year-old who thought that they were cocaine. And you know, if I were a drug addict, or if I was hooked on cocaine, the first place I would look would be an urn. Because I think that's where most people probably keep their cocaine. Now, William allegedly broke into his neighbor's house. He took an Xbox, and he took the cremated remains of the other guy's mother. And this is a quote. William thought it was drugs, is what his grandmother said. He thought he had done found him a box of cocaine, is what he thought. Fortunately for everyone, including the late Mrs. Medley, he didn't open the bag, nor did he snort the ashes. Do you imagine having someone's mother in your nose? It just doesn't sound right, does it? And this is his grandmother again. They just made it sound like he's a bad, terrible person. I'm not saying he's not guilty, but he didn't know what he was stealing. Okay, Granny, he is a bad person. Okay, he broke into their house. He stole their Xbox. And he stole this woman's ashes that he thought was cocaine. Not only is he a bad guy, but he's an idiot. All right, so there has to be a point when a mother's love or a grandmother's love, it just doesn't matter anymore. Okay? There's got to be a point where it just has to stop, and you have to tell the person, look, you're a thief, and you're an idiot. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Now, Holly says that the cop is a doofus. I haven't heard the word doofus since I was in the 8th grade. Kiss Kiss says, guys do dumb things for pretty girls. Ain't that the truth? That's like saying, oh no, I didn't sleep with her. She fell on my beep more than one time. And Holly says, that granny's a bitch who can't accept the fact that her grandkid's a moron. Holly pretty much says it like it is. I think Holly's going to fit right in here pretty well. So, Holly, I have full expectations that you will become a regular to the Chris Top program. Now, the government is selling fake IDs, or they were selling fake IDs. I don't know if you heard about this or not. But the reason they were doing it was so they could bust some identity thieves. And I bet you, if you wanted to get a great, like a really great fake ID, I would think that the government would be a wonderful place to get it. I bet they can make some hella fake IDs. So Uncle Sam went ultra sneaky, selling fake versions of its own IDs to bring down an international theft ring. So I would think that while you had one of these fake IDs on you, you could get into pretty much any club you wanted to if you were underage, because it's a fake ID made by the government. I mean, if they're going to fake them, I would think that they would be really, really good at it. I mean, it'd be like buying counterfeit money from the government. Right? I mean, so is it really fake or is it real? I don't know. There's kind of a gray area there. So Wired magazine reported on the Secret Service-led maneuver called Operation Open Market, which began when they stole the identity of a busted scam artist who cooperated with the government. That would be kind of a cool job, wouldn't it? I mean, if you're one of these guys, like one of these professional criminals that gets busted, and then you're like, yeah, I'll help you out. I'll help you, but I'm not going to the clink, and you're going to pay me big money. And they do, or at least that's how it happens in the movies. So the Secret Service then sold high-quality fake ID cards for years. So imagine all those 18-year-olds that got these fake ID cards from the government that were like really good. So I mean, they had some good times, I think, before they were actually, or before they actually got in trouble. So creating a catalog of crooks who were going about their schemes, unaware the government had tabs on them the whole time. Now, the real genius of this plan, to get the IDs, customers had to send in their photo and address. So basically, the crooks also did all the government police work for them. Pretty smart thinking, huh? So it kind of makes me wonder why they're even talking about it now. Why not just keep doing it? Because surely they didn't wipe out everybody, right? I mean, I would think they didn't. Okay, so my arm's getting really tired, so I've had it raised for a while. So far we've talked about some things that guys do that are just really annoying. So guys, whatever you do, don't plan spontaneous trips. Whatever you do, don't fall asleep after sex. All right, keep a frozen mocha beside the bed, or keep a Mountain Dew or Red Bull or whatever it may be. Just whatever you do, don't fall asleep after sex. Don't be like the top and go right to bed. And whatever you do, please make sure you listen, regardless of what she's talking about. Okay, so my hand is still raised. Leaving the toilet seat up. Now, this may sound like a cliche, but this is the second most annoying male habit. You know, it only takes like a second to put it down. I know what you're thinking, so why don't you put it down? Well, it would only take you a second to put it. Why don't you put it up when you're done? All right, when you go to the bathroom and you use your one little sheet of toilet paper, just because you're showing off, the least you could do is put the toilet seat back up. That way, when it's middle of the night and we're half asleep, you ever tried to urinate standing up when you're half asleep? It doesn't go in one direction anyway. A lot of times it goes out in a V shape, and you're gonna piss all over the floor anyway. So I mean, if you would put the seat up, it would help us out a little bit. So maybe that needs to be on one of the things that's most annoying for men, is that women don't put the seat back up. Moving right along. hand is still raised. I'm very guilty about this. Leaving toenail clippings and beard shavings around. See, this is why I live alone. Really, this is why I live alone. Because so far, I wouldn't make a very good partner. I really wouldn't. So leaving clippings and shavings around the house was a big, not to mention gross annoyance. 18% of women cited it as their top male annoyance. Now, single ladies take note of cleanliness. And poor hygiene is like the biggest dating deal breaker. So I don't know. I don't know. See, my arm's getting really tired. I would love to find something that I don't do, but this is tough. And I bet a lot of the guys out there listening are like, yeah, I do that too. I do that too. And here's another one. Women hate it when you have friends that they don't like. I know what guys are thinking now. They're like, no, there's no way I'm getting rid of my friends. I love my friends. I knew them before I knew you. I'm keeping my friends. See, I was married for 14 years. I know how that goes down. Your friends, they're going to disappear. And then when your marriage crashes and burns, and you're back out in the world again as a bachelor, your friends are gone. They're just gone. They're not coming back. More than likely, they got married a little bit later on, so they still have to go through the cycle. And then eventually they might come looking for you, but then again, you deserted them first. But they may come looking for you, and by that time, you're probably going to be hooked up again. So you're never going to see your friends again, so you can just forget about that. So hands still up. Oh, see, I'm not even going to be up. See, a lot of people say that you have to love yourself before anyone else can love you. So I'm looking at all these things, and I'm striking out every time. And I get to this one: displaying a poor sense of style. I have no style. No style whatsoever. In the summertime, I'll wear khakis with a t-shirt. In the wintertime, I'll wear khakis with a t-shirt and a sweatshirt. That's pretty much my style. 60% of single women consider clothing to be a top dating deal breaker. So from his haircut to his shoes, the women are taking notes. See, I'm even too lazy to tie my shoes. I just wear those slip-on shoes all the time. See, I'm just not dating material. Now, if you're wearing the right color, then you might have a better chance. Men who wear purple, followed by black, have a better chance of scoring a date. So I should just get purple and or black t-shirts and sweatshirts to wear with my khakis. So I'm writing this stuff down. I'm writing this stuff down. So, what's going on in the chat? Sarah says that Kiss Kiss says that she leaves her hairballs laying around. Oh, and she does too. She really. It's like I have to spend 20 minutes combing the brush before I can actually comb my hair. It's disgusting. It really is. Holly says, I'm okay with my man having any kind of friend, even if it's a hot bitch. Most women aren't okay with that, so that's kind of cool. David, how are you, buddy? I've got David Capers in the chat. And David, if you want, we've already spread the Spreaker love, but since you're here, I'll spread it again for you. Go ahead, David, and type the word show into the chat, so that'll give people a chance to follow you here on Spreaker.
We're just here to spread that love.
all around, spread it around, spread it around.
But David says, hell, I love me. And then Holly says, I effing love me. Let's see. I may have missed a few things in the chat. Because, see, I get off on these rants. And I tell people over and over again, if you're going to talk to me, if you're going to communicate with me, the best place to do is the chat. And then sometimes I don't pay attention. And again, it probably goes back to my listening faults. So I don't know. I have issues. I really do. Sonia says, my husband's mama taught him to always put it down. I never have to worry about that. See, it must be pretty rough for a woman, I guess. If a woman gets up in the middle of the night, it goes beyond peeing in the floor. I guess it's about falling in the toilet. So I guess that could be worse. Holly says, Uncle Sam is so freaking shady, they make fake IDs and listen to our phone calls. Oh, dude, the other day I was doing a show and I was talking about how much AT&T and Sprint and all these networks, how much they charge the government to tap the phone systems. And evidently it's perfectly legal for the government to do that. And they can get your emails even cheaper. So yeah, that stuff's pretty scary. It really is. And it all goes down to that agreement that you never read. You just sign this stuff, and you don't ever read it, and then it's like whatever. See, that's why you should read these little things at the ends of, instead of just checking them off. You should read them, but we just don't. I'm going way back up in the chat. Kiss says that's like saying, "Oh no, I didn't sleep with her." Oh, well, I've already read that. Okay. So I'm caught up. I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody. I try I really do. I really, really do try. I do. I need to go back to P classes. I really, really do. Okay, now I want to take another break. We've got a few more annoying things to talk about, and then the Russians, they're now saying, their church leaders are saying that gay marriage will trigger the apocalypse. And I don't know if they're talking like a gay zombie apocalypse or something. See, I don't know. I don't know that I would feel as threatened by gay zombies. I don't know if I would or not. I'm sure they would all be very well groomed. I'm sure that they would look very nice. So it would be hard for me to even want to run, I guess, from a gay zombie. Well, I guess then again, it depends on if the gay zombie was bigger than me and just what exactly that gay zombie, I guess, wanted to do to me. See, now that I think about it, it could be a little more frightening than I had anticipated.
You can either talk in the Crystal program. Take it from the top.
I was thinking about calling heaven and saying, hey, there's an angel missing. But I was kind of hoping you're a slut.
Hey, I heard you like the wild ones. Ooh, if I took you home, maybe you won't run. Yeah, show me how you do. I wanna shut down the glow. Away you. Hey, I heard you like the wild ones, wild ones. I'm a crazy fool.
The Chris Top Program, the alternative to the garbage on Spreaker.
Spam is that delicious meat originated and made only by Hormel. It's packed in a handy can, all ready to eat as soon as it's open. No fuss, no bother. Just cut off slices of this taste-tempting meat, put between slices of buttered bread, and say to the hungry youngsters, have a Spamwich. A perfect combination of sweet, juicy pork shoulder and tender ham. Spam has an extra goodness and meaty flavor all its own. Youngsters go for Spam in a big way.
You fools. That's because Lady Gaga is made of Spam.
This is the Chris Top Program.
And yes, I am the one and only Chris Top, and this is the only show that you need to listen to on Spreaker. Well, except for maybe David Capers and Holly's and whoever else is in the chat. Holly says, I pranked a Christian radio station on here and said only a wow would listen to this. Then the lady said, I rebuke you, Satan. Then I said, I'm a human biatch. She said, you need Jesus. Then put the whole Bible in one chat. Then I said, shut up, you blank. Wow, she says she got banned. Yeah, I'm not going to ban you. But, I believe in free speech, and you're in the chat, and you can say what you want to say. So I'm not going to. I typically don't ban anybody. If I can just absolutely, if they're really disrupting the chat, like if they just keep typing a bunch of stuff and you can't keep up with the chat, then yeah, I'll ban you for that. David says we dorks unite here, and we do. I mean that's what it's all about. I mean, whether you're a dork or not, it's a nice place to kind of hang out. Now, moving along with the program, we're about to talk about gay marriage and why the Russian church says that gay marriage will trigger the apocalypse. Oh, I'm a zombie. I'm so going to eat your heart. Oh, wait a minute. Now, that heart doesn't go with my shirt. I don't know if I can. See, I'm concerned about zombies being gay now. The head of the Russian Orthodox Church isn't putting it gently. In his Sunday service at a church in Moscow's Red Square, he said that when countries start to recognize same-sex marriage, they're showing the rest of us closer, or they're shoving the rest of us closer to the apocalypse. And that's about the time he downed a fifth of vodka. This is a very dangerous apocalyptic symptom, is what he told worshipers at the cathedral. We must do everything in our powers to ensure that sin is never sanctioned in Russia by state law, because that would mean that the nation has embarked on a path of self-destruction. Now, Russian President Vladimir Putin has praised the church as the guardian of Russia's national values. That could be a good idea, though, for this next season of Walking Dead. I mean, they could go ahead and have the gay zombies on there. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, a zombie's a zombie, right? A zombie is a zombie. So, I mean, whether the zombie's gay or not, I don't know if zombies have rights. See, if you're gay and you're going to become a zombie, then you've just stepped back years and years and years. I mean, really. And if you happen to be a black man and you become a zombie, years and years and years, the civil rights movement, it's all lost because you're going to get shot by Rick. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who you are. If you're a zombie, you're going to get shot, whether your clothes match or not, whether your pants are hanging down to the ground. It doesn't matter. You're going to get your head blown off because you're a zombie. And I know I got sidetracked, but at any chance I get to talk about zombies, I'm pretty much going to take it. So evidently, TVs are killing kids. TVs have been... Well, see, I'm a little drastic here. I went a little over the top. I get that. TVs have been injuring us in increasing numbers. I know my TV just tends to jump off the wall and just clobber me like while I'm sleeping. I'm getting pretty pissed off. I mean, eventually, see, why don't you ever come after me when I'm awake? Right after sex, you just clobber me. Now, there's a TV injuries A TV injures a child once every 30 minutes in America. Our jails, they're overridden by television sets. We've got to do something in America about this epidemic. Now, that's a rate that's more than doubled from 1990 to 2011. Now, the next most common injury type, people striking the TV, which I have to assume would happen during like Wii tennis or something like that. Now, it is worth noting, however, that few of these injuries are serious, and that only 2.6% of them required hospitalization. Could you imagine going to the emergency room and saying that your TV attacked you? Now, experts believe the escalating boob tube-related injuries may be due to the growing popularity of flat-screen TVs. Because when you have a flat-screen TV, it actually carries the weight in the front rather than in the back, making them more prone to, I guess, tipping over. So, yeah, TVs and injuries. Go figure. My TV has never fallen on me. I mean, I may have come close back in the day when TVs were actually big and bulky, like hurting my back. So I guess that could be considered a TV-related injury. Remember when it was cool to have a big screen TV and it was like really big? And you had like one of those big 50-inch projection TVs and it took up half your living room? Yeah, I had one of those. I was that guy. Now this, I promise you, this is not the start of a bad joke. A woman, she rides a horse into a McDonald's. And this really happened. She rode her McHorse right into the McDonald's. And like the punchline of a bad joke, the horse actually pooped right there in the floor. Now, the rider of the horse was apparently put out by the restaurant's refusal to serve her as she rode her horse through the drive-thru. And why wouldn't they just serve her? I mean, does it really matter? I mean, I've seen people walk up to drive-thrus before and they serve them. So what does it matter what you're on? I mean, why can't you be on a horse and go through a drive-thru? I don't understand. That's why they didn't have McDonald's around 150 years ago. See, McDonald's didn't survive because they didn't allow horses to go through the drive-thrus. So, and Whitefield, England, said the sight and smell caused distress among previously hungry patrons. That's the horse poo that they're talking about in the floor of the McDonald's. The woman was charged for causing alarm, but I'm assuming that after this is over, the horse probably felt a little bit better. And probably what happened was she probably gave the horse, I'm thinking, some chicken nuggets. And that would probably do it to anybody. I mean, there's been plenty of times I might be sitting at McDonald's, I'll get my chicken nuggets with my honey mustard, I'll sit there, I'll drink my Coke, I'll eat my French fries, I'll dip my chicken nuggets in my honey mustard, all of a sudden, I've got a crap. Right there in the middle of McDonald's floor. And see, I can't get away with it because I'm not a horse. Kiss says she could see a TV falling on a small child. That's because you're deranged. And David says the NFL sold a lot of big screens. Yeah, man, those big screen sales go up a lot during the NFL. But you know, a lot of people are crooked. They'll go out and they'll buy the big screens for the big game, and then the next day they take them back. They buy them for that day and they take them back. You know, what do they think at these stores when they take them back? You know, I don't like the 75-inch TV that I just purchased on Saturday. Yeah, we used it yesterday. We watched a little TV. We watched Lifetime on Sunday. And, you know, it's just that, you know, the guy walking down the beach with the chick, it just didn't pop out of the screen like I expected it to. So, yeah, it was the wife's idea to get the TV in the first place because she loves Lifetime. So you know, we discussed it and thought, well, maybe we'll just bring it back and we'll just continue watching Lifetime on our 13-inch black and white, at least for another year. And then maybe next year around this time on Saturday, we'll come back and we'll try it again. Maybe the picture will be a little bit better by that time. So I'm sure that probably happens a lot, I would think. Now, back to some annoying things, and we're going to wrap the show up. We've talked about displaying a poor sense of style, leaving the toilet seat up and not putting it down. Good boy. Good boy, that's it. You put that toilet seat down for me. That's right. Good boy. Does my ass look big? No, good. Good boy. You're a good boy. You are. Don't you fall asleep. Don't you fall asleep. We just had sex. Don't you, you little stinker. Okay, so we're talking about annoying things that guys do. And it's just because we're not trained well enough. I would have to say that this is something that I can put my hand down for, because I've successfully managed, not only on a date, but just in my normal day-to-day life. If I am out with a friend or with anybody, and we're sitting at the table, the reason I'm out with this person is because I want to spend time with this person. If I'm going to fork over, a few bucks to have lunch with somebody, then I'm not going to spend my time on the cell phone. I'm not going to spend my whole time texting. I'm just not going to do it, because to me that's really rude, and I've become aware of that. And I'll tell you, one of the things that made me aware of that, and I discussed this on the show the other day. I was in a restaurant, and I noticed these two young parents sitting there with a very young child, and the kid was being so sweet and just sitting there, just being very quiet, not really doing anything, not playing with toys, just kind of sitting there staring out into nothing. And the parents, it was the saddest thing that I've noticed in a long time. The parents weren't communicating. They weren't playing with the child. They weren't doing anything. They were just texting on their phone the whole time. You're missing these golden opportunities with your child, with your partner. I mean, when you sit down to eat together, that's when you're supposed to communicate with each other. Because our lives are hectic. We don't get these opportunities to sit down as a family very often. Why do you want to blow it on your phone? So anyway, that's a lesson that I've learned. And maybe I'll never put the toilet seat down, but I'm much better than I used to be about not texting on my phone or playing on my phone when I'm with somebody in a restaurant. Now, a big thing, obviously, that women don't like, and guys, you're not going to want to hear this. Well, I mean, some guys aren't. Some guys are okay with this, I guess. Women don't like it, no matter how hard you try to convince them. They're not going to ever like it, but you really shouldn't try to go through the back door. And that's the best way I could put it. I'm not talking about literally going through the back door of your home. You know what I'm talking about. The back door action. Now, Men's Health surveyed women on their least favorite sex positions, and much to the dismay of guys, the backdoor penetration was at the top of the list. Women actually feel like it's too painful and it's not intimate enough. Now, there's plenty of other positions out there, but the thing is, when you're a guy and then the woman doesn't want to do it, that just makes you want to do it more. And I think that's the problem. So maybe you could do some trade-offs. It's like, okay, I'll trade you one night of not falling asleep after sex and one night of me putting the toilet seat back down for some backdoor action. That's just a thought. And that's just me, Chris Top, trying to bring people a little closer together. Holly says, scratching their ass in public. And I'm thinking that's something that women find annoying with guys. Women are worse, I think. I mean, guys might scratch certain parts of their body, but women are always picking their panties. And, if you wouldn't wear dental floss, you wouldn't have to pick them. Just saying. Also, don't pick your nose and show it to me. I haven't done that for a while. It's probably at least since I was 38. Kiss says, I hate it when people are eating dinner out with a lot of people, and boom, they're on the phone. And I'm with you. I'm totally with you. David says, has someone showed you their booger? So see, you're missing a lot in the chat. They're talking about boogers now. So see, you're really missing half of the fun when you're not in the chat. And I got to say, guys, my eyes are on fire now. I think it's about time for me to go to bed. Yeah. That might be a good indicator, actually. But I do want to say this. I do not, nor will I ever take any of you for granted, because I know there are a million things that you could be doing, but you chose to listen to me. That makes me feel very, very good. Thank you so much. So until I broadcast again, please remember this. Life is good, and I'm gone.
Is it over yet?
Completely over. You have been exposed to the Chris Top program.
Yeah, okay, are we done? I really gotta get a life.
And you're right. This is the Chris Top program. This is the show that other Spreaker hosts wish they could be. They wish they could be half the broadcaster that Chris Top is, but alas, they can't. They'll never be. And I do this after I play my outro, and this is just for the diehard listeners that know that I don't really leave afterwards. This is that little extra something, just for you, just because I love you. And I have a couple of things that we're going to talk about still. I always have something to talk about. It doesn't matter what time of the day it is. It doesn't matter. There's always something that's spewing from my mouth. Right or wrong, I don't know. But that doesn't matter. I mean, there's always something I'm rambling about. Now, if you thought Craigslist was all about hookahs and serial killers, well, then you might be wrong. It's also where you humiliate kids. Now, Maggie Jones, she sent her 2-year-old son, Ryan, to Tiny Tots Daycare, and this is in Chandler, Arizona. But when she complained that he wasn't being fed enough, things turned sour. Now, the owner of Tiny Tots Daycare allegedly threw out Ryan because he was biting other kids. Now, his mom responded by posting a bad online review of Tiny Tots. So the owner of Tiny Tots amped it up by posting a photo of Ryan on Craigslist. She posted a photo of Ryan on Craigslist, this little bitty kid, not like maybe 3 years old, warning other daycare centers that he's a biter. This little Ryan kid, he's bad news. You turn your back, he's going to go outside, he's going to steal your hubcaps, he's going to slash your tires, he's going to set your car on fire. So by no means do you want him in your daycare. Oh yeah, and he's a biter. Once he's tasted human flesh, there's no going back. There's no teaching this little Ryan, this little son of Satan, that he shouldn't be a biter, because once he's tasted blood, then the only thing that's going to satisfy him, the only thing that's going to satisfy Ryan is the taste of more blood. So anyway, she posted on Craigslist warning other daycare centers that he is a biter, and she also started texting Ryan's mom things like saying her son is a dog. Now, no complaints have been filed in Arizona against the daycare yet. And I say yet because I'm sure that if things are getting that dirty, that's probably going to change pretty abruptly, is what I would think. So how many of you have ever won the lottery? Raise your hand. Okay, I'm waiting. I don't really see anybody's hand. Okay, so how many of you have ever won the lottery twice in the same day? Well, this lady did. In Melbourne, Australia, she found her mindlessness to be extremely lucrative because she just forgot that she'd already bought a lottery ticket and bought another for the same draw at a different store. Now, each ticket, both with the same numbers, were her family's birthdays. And she won more than $380,000, which combined with other prizes took her total winnings to $770,000. You know, I forget stuff all the time. I do. I mean, every day I forget things. Lots of things. And I maybe I don't eat enough broccoli. I don't know. Maybe I need to be prescribed some broccoli. Maybe that's why I forget stuff. But I've never forgotten anything to the total of $770,000. So anyway, she plans to pay off her home. And she says, I guess it's a good thing we won twice, so there's actually some prize money left over. Doesn't it make you sick? It's like other people always win. Why can't I win? Just let me win one time, okay? That's all I'm asking. See, I'd have to play first. I'd have to play the lottery first, I guess, in order to actually win. So I never really got into playing it. Every once in a blue moon, if I have a couple of extra bucks in my wallet, I might go ahead and play like the little scratch-off game. But that's about the extent of my lottery, or my gambling. It really is. So I don't know. Sonia says that I think it was your grandmother, the chat was moving kind of quick, that won $20,000. It was a long time ago. I won, and Kiss says she won $500 one time. Holly says she ain't never won jack. Never won jack from the stupid lottery. When I was a little kid, every Halloween we would have these cakewalks at my school, and every year I would do the cakewalk thing, and every year I would win a cake. It's like I was bringing home this whole cake every year from the cakewalk, and that's when you could actually accept cakes from strangers and not have razor blades in them. So that was nice. And also, when I was a little kid, believe it or not, I was big into comic books. Yes, I really, really was. So in the back of my comic book, and Sonia says the most she's ever won is $50. That's pretty good. It's really good. I mean, how much have you spent, though? See, that's the question. So there was this contest in the back of a comic book. It was a Superman comic book. And I forget what the grand prize was. I don't know, but it went up to like 6 or 7 different prizes. So I cut it out, and I filled out the little piece of paper, and I put it in my envelope, and I mailed it off, and I forgot about it. So then I guess it was several weeks later. Several weeks later, I get this package in the mail, and as a little kid who lives in the boonies and never gets anything in the mail, I was pleasantly surprised to get something that particular day. So I opened it up, and it was the soundtrack on a big LP for the latest Superman movie, and I think it was the one that was really bad with Richard Pryor, and I think it was that one. But anyway, regardless, I won it, and I felt pretty good about it. I did. I won and I couldn't wait to take it in my bedroom and play it on my record player. Because I had a bunch of Beach Boys 45s and Kenny Rogers. Those are some of the first records I got as a little kid. I got the Beach Boys stuff, and I remember California Girls and 409 and just other. The Beach Boys were cool. I am so sidetracked right now because on their 45s they were known for their beach music, of course. On the West Coast they were really popular. But they were trying to get popular on the East Coast, so what they would do is they might put like California Girls like on one side, And then on the flip side, they would put a car song like 409 or something like that, so they could sell their records on the East Coast as well. So I thought that was pretty genius, actually. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, and then I had the Kenny Rogers 45s. Like these songs used to tear me up. These songs, Kenny Rogers used to pull at my heartstrings. I mean, have you ever listened to Coward of the County? I mean, would you just want to kill the Gatlin Boys? I think that was their names. If you've never heard that song, Google that song. I would want to go kick each and every one of their asses. I so would. But I remember getting that and The Gambler, stuff like that, and then as if the song wasn't bad enough, Kenny Rogers comes out with a made-for-TV movie, Coward of the County. So I freaking watched that. Breaks my heart. I just want to kick everybody's ass after I watch it. But anyway, I went and played my Superman LP on my record player, and it's pretty boring, actually. But I won it, so I was feeling pretty good about it. It wasn't the first Superman. Had it been the first Superman movie, that would have been really cool. But this was like the one that everybody was like, oh, yeah, this isn't really so good. That's the one I won. I don't remember what the grand prize was, but I got like 5th prize. And I don't know how many of them, probably like 50 or something. I don't know, but I won it. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I'm going to leave you with this story because this is kind of a heartwarming story. Well, kind of, sort of. I mean, you don't hear about this stuff very often. But evidently, not every parking inspector is a bitter, twisted soul hell-bent on exacting revenge on society as a whole for every wedgie that he was given in school. Now, most of them are like that, but not this particular one. Now, one of the rare exceptions is whoever chose to not give Brianna a ticket in New York City. Now, according to this photo that I'm looking at, and it was posted to Reddit, Brianna left a note on her car explaining why she left the vehicle. And this is what she wrote. She says, "Hey, I'm pretty buzzed. I don't want to get a DUI. I will pick my car up first thing in the AM. Please don't give me a ticket." And I mean, you would think that this would just be an invitation to get a ticket. It's like, oh, I can't wait to write this woman a ticket. But miraculously, instead of a fine, she found this note in response to her note. "Brianna, I appreciate," and this was actually written on a parking ticket, but she didn't get the ticket. "Brianna, I appreciate you being responsible. In the future, please try to not park here when you drink. Thank you." And it had the correct spelling and everything. So, I mean, there actually could be hope for us yet. Really could be. Thank you guys so much for listening, really. I do have to go now, but I really, really, really do appreciate you. It is so late, so I probably need to get to bed. The top does sleep from time to time. As far as me broadcasting, I don't know when I'll be back on. Hopefully within the next couple of days, 3 days, something like that. And if you want to know when I'm going to be live, just keep an eye out. Best way to find out is on Twitter or Facebook, because I'll usually post 10 minutes notice on there. So make sure you follow me on Facebook, you tweet with me, you tumble with me. And also I'll post 10 minutes notice here on Spreaker. So if you happen to be on and you happen to be looking at the feed, then you'll see that on there as well. But I love spending time with you guys. I love sitting down and drinking my Mountain Dew and just having a good old-fashioned chat with you. I really, really do. And Holly, it was very nice to meet you, and I appreciate the kind words. Sonia hung out with me the whole time. She was here the whole time. Her ears are probably bleeding, bless your heart, for sticking around. We only went 126 minutes or so. And Kiss, you don't go anywhere. I'm going to Skype you after the show. Wink, wink. Yeah, that's right. Why don't you put on that naughty teacher outfit that we talked about, huh? You want to try that one out? You want to try that out? But yeah, Holly, I'll give you a follow. Holly hung out during most of the show, so I'll definitely give you a follow and I'll check your show out. for sure. But thank you guys so much for listening. And until I broadcast again, please remember, life is good and I'm gone.
The Nike slogan doesn't work with everything. Licking a metal pole in 0-degree weather. Just do it. Unprotected sex with Charlie Sheen. Just do it. Tweeting pictures of your private parts. Just do it. Selling cookies door to door to raise money for Al-Qaeda. Just do it. Megan Fox.
That one actually works.
Just do it. I am the one and only Chris Top, self-proclaimed leader of all dorks.
I'm Chris Top, king of the dorks. That's right.
Yeah, I remember growing up when I was a little kid, my mom was so sweet. She would say things like, "Thank God, Chris, there's only one of you because you are so very special."
There is only one Easter Bunny, there's only one Jesus Christ, there's only one God, and there's only one Chris Top.
I am the one and only Chris Top, broadcasting live from my lavish studio apartment here in sunny Clarksville, Tennessee, with an ocean view.
Actually, that's not true. I live next to a dumpster.
Meow! Shut up, Abby. Keep quiet. Yes, I know. I don't really have an ocean view. I have a view of the local hobo singing around a burning dumpster, but I don't want my fans to know that.
Does Chris Top have a mysterious side, a darker side, if you will? Well, I guess I do. You could compare my life to the Da Vinci Code.
C for Chris Top. H for holy mackerel, it's Chris Top.
Well, I don't know if my show would make sense if you played it backwards, but I do have a few things right in front of your face.
R for really awesome, Chris Top. I for I can't believe it's Chris Top. S for somebody pinch me, it's Chris Top.
Am I conceited? Am I conceited? No, I'm not.
T for terrific, Chris Top. O as in oh my god, it's Chris Top. And P for party time with me, Chris Top. Oh god.
Well, the ladies do like their Chris Top.
Oh god.
Well, that's it for today, folks. I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, life is good.
And I'm gone.